Governor Steve Sisolak has a major problem with unemployment, doesn't know when the schools will reopen or Vegas in general. We have Nevada being the second hardest hit for small business owners in the country, and the LVMPD, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, has laid off 100 part-time employees. What does this all mean? That's coming up. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger and YouTuber. Here's some news for you guys. So guys, if you like this video, if you like this channel, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. I do live streams right now every night. We're going to be doing one at 7:45 p.m. I am, again, wearing my hat, Limp Bizkit Fred Durst style, so I can see you and you can see my face in the sunlight. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you want to support the channel, check out the Teespring shop or Patreon, where you can be in the credits and see videos I can't put on YouTube. But just join our live stream tonight, 7:45 p.m. Pacific time, whatever time that is where you are. Number one, we don't know when it ends. That's what Steve Sisolak says. We don't know when it all opens up. But keep social distancing, everybody, because this is the end result. Now, whether or not that's helpful or hurtful for the economy, I think we all know the answer. But I think we all are starting, some of us are starting to question how long this is going to really go, because small businesses, as we'll note in point number 2, in Nevada are the second hardest hit, just second to Hawaii. He also said he doesn't know when the government's going to open up, but it is a matter of safety, which I appreciate and I give him credit for. He doesn't want to open the small businesses and harm people, and that's actually a very good thing. But he does want, for sure, for people to know that it'll open when it's ready to open. The casinos right now have dates to open May 1st, May 15th. Some people are saying that Vegas won't reopen until 2021 or 2022. That's preposterous. It will open in waves. It will be a soft opening. And I talked about that on the channel, how Vegas can open up and do things in a certain order. Doesn't know when the schools are going to open, possibly May, June, July, August. Maybe they do what New York does and opens up in the fall just to be safe. And the unemployment system is so broken. We're supposed to, as 1099 gig workers, because I worked as commissioned for a long time, be able to access that. They've already told me I don't qualify. I have to try to call them. And apparently, according to the new rules, we're going to call them on specific days. So right now, the day I'm going to call them is going to be on Sunday. But if you have certain letters for your certain last name, that's when you're going to call in. And it's really frustrating right now. The system has been down. Unemployment in Las Vegas and Nevada is right now 10%, according to the numbers. 300,000 people have filed for unemployment in the entire state, but there's only 3 million people in the state, which means that that's what, 10% of the entire state. I guess I do my math wrong. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but that looks like that's what that is. I'm really bad at math, so if I got that wrong somehow, you go ahead and leave me a comment below. Now, Nevada is the second hardest hit state in the entire country when it comes to small businesses. One of the reasons is we're in a very high-risk business sector out here with the gaming. Hawaii is the first, and this actually comes to us from wallethub.com. I guess that they did a test or an analysis based on a bunch of different factors. Yes, small businesses in Nevada are very tough. We have a lot of things that rely on all these buildings that are around me, and you guys can see that these buildings are not seeing any kind of business at all right now. And you might think, well, then everybody in Nevada must work in a casino. It's absolutely not the case. I mean, right behind me right here, we have little restaurants, we have small little bars, we have entertainment things, we have retail stores selling all sorts of products, big and small. To the front of me right here, I'm looking at the Bubba Gum Shrimp Company, Illy Cafe, a tattoo shop. We have tons of little businesses that rely on the bigger businesses. So when people say, it must suck to work in a town that only has casinos, I tell people, we have lots of other things, but just like any other part of the world, say for example, Orlando, Florida, where it's all based on amusement parks and resorts, the small businesses are relying on amusement parks and resorts so they can provide things like linens services, food catering services, information technology services, entertainment services, and that then trickles down to people like oil change, car maintenance, anybody that does anything that's not related to the main industry. Without the main industry, things get a little bit dried up. So they took all these different factors into case. It is a high-risk industry out here. Now, after the last recession, because obvious elephant in the room, they said we are going to diversify the economy. And to a certain extent, Mayor Oscar Goodman, then his wife Carolyn Goodman, did a great job in doing just that. They brought in Zappos into downtown to take care of the old City Hall building. If you drive out on Warm Springs, you'll see giant things that look like aircraft hangars. That's actually a company called Switch, and they offer data hubs and things like that. Henderson has a big, huge Google Fiber Center being built. Reno, Nevada might have been doing a better job, admittedly, because they have a lot of different things for Tesla, building batteries and whatnot. And Reno has always been a bigger transportation hub due to its proximity and closeness to things like Salt Lake City, Colorado. The closest things we have are Los Angeles, but they have a lot more stuff in northern Nevada. So Reno has diversified a bit, Vegas a bit less. It would be nice if we could get an economy that was a little bit more balanced, but I guess they're going to be working on that even harder now. Or will we all just forget this hard lesson and just go back to everything? I will point out the birds chirping behind me, and I'm sure you can hear an echo as I talk in this giant corridor. Man, it's weird to be doing a video right here. Big props go to the Carriage House for allowing me to park in their parking lot, because I worked the timeshare program with the company up there before this happened, and I switched jobs right before this. Lastly, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department has laid off hundreds, well, it's actually 100 part-time employees. Now, right now, obviously, what would those employees be doing? There hasn't been a single soul that's gone past me. I did see one person come up the escalator and run down, but they were just doing a morning jog. You know, this is gonna hit everybody, and people have often asked me, has the crime gone up in Las Vegas? And I gotta be honest with you, before all this started, you would see more reports on crime on Vegas than after this started. You would go into the news report for Google News, or you would go to the local news sites, and you would see all these different things about home invasions and robberies, and it was scary. And now you go on there, and either what's happening is one of two things. Number one, people really are staying at home, so the bad guys are staying at home as well as the good guys, and the cops that were laid off are obviously staying at home because of that. The second thing it could be is that simply people are not getting, what's happening is the crimes are not getting reported. Either Metro is overwhelmed, or they're not reporting the crimes, which I think in the past they've been very, very secretive about this, or it's just getting buried by an avalanche of news that's much more important to most people right now. And it's kind of like the age-old axiom in newspapers, you know, dog bites man, that's not news, man bites dog, that is news. Well, right now, everything on top of everything is man bites dog news. When you see that there's X amount of new cases, and for the record, there's just under 2,500 cases of this in southern Nevada alone, just below 3,000 in the entire state, that's man bites dog news. When you see a case of a World War II veteran that tragically lost his life to this, that's man bites dog news. Right now, it could be that guy who stole a car and took a joyride, crashed into a pole and hurt himself. That's dog bites man news, and people aren't paying attention to that right now. But I'm interested to know what your situation is where you live back home. Are people basically overall doing less crime, more crime? Has it gone up? Has it gone down? You let me know in the comments below, because that's a very interesting thing to me too. And that's really the news for the day today. My name is Steven. I'm not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Las Vegas blogger. If you guys like this video, I do ask you to like, share, comment, hit the bell for future notifications. And also, if you want to be in the credits of the video, you can head on over to Patreon, where we would be glad to have you. Now, before I tempt fate and do anything else here, I'm going to log off the video, and I have to say 3, 2, 1, click. Usually I'm grabbing my camera, but it's so far away from me that I'm just going to do it on my phone. So are you ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? 3, 2, 1, click, and